Okay. This is our return after our
Yeah.
brief hiatus due to
No
my
one's fault.
vacation and Nolan's Fortnite addiction.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah,
Mr.
we don't
Grow
we
up.
don't need to talk about it.
It's
Sorry,
crippling
dude.
him.
Bro, I woke up and it just came out immediately. Like you ever just wake up and you're like, oh God, and then just run to the bathroom. That's
Do
Yeah.
you want to die at the age of 27 or something? What's your problem,
From
bro?
Fortnite.
Well,
Yeah.
I still have 6 more years then, so I'm cool.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Do people still play Fortnite? Like, I feel like it'd be a ghost town at this
Dude, it's the opposite, man. Lots of people still
It's
play.
more alive.
Yeah, it is.
When Max sent that text about GTA 5 a couple weeks ago, I re-downloaded it. I've been playing so much GTA 5 lately.
I know, Nolan. I wanted you to play it. It's fun.
I'll see.
I gotta start the online version. I also need to add both you guys on Xbox, but yeah.
Yeah.
I won't
thought you
put
had PlayStation.
Max handle out there. So
Okay, fair enough.
he'll get fan mail.
You don't want to get too many
Yeah.
friend requests.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So a lot to talk about today. Just a basic news and review episode. We'll just start off with music. Lil Nas X released other songs other than Old Town Road. I listened to it and, like, I'm not going to say it's good, but it was better than I thought it'd be. But, like, I don't think it was good, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The lyrics were absolute garbage.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest problem, and that he put Old Town Road on there twice.
Yeah.
That's
like pick one or the other. Especially if you're gonna release only like 7 songs. So,
the song with him and Cardi B just goes so well together because both of them have such trash, catchy lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the son of Old Town Road. It's like another country-esque kind of music.
Yeah, exactly.
Rap.
I was gonna say even Old Town Road's lyrics are pretty bad, but so
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise
it's
me.
silly, but it works well for what it is. You know,
No,
it's
I
almost like
agree.
a parody of
Mm-hmm.
But there was one on there, and I usually don't pick like a standout worst of an album, but there was one on there that was just so bad. I was like, fuck this song. It was like Kick It, I think it was called. It was so bad.
He's got one that I saw is like number 3 on the charts right now, and it's not Old Town Road.
And it's not even that good.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, it's only like 2 minutes. It's not even like I saw a funny tweet to him that he even like quote tweeted, and it's like, "Can you make a song over 2 minutes, please?" And he like retweeted.
Yeah,
it
the SpongeBob running out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's like, well,
yeah. Yeah, I was really pissed off because I was looking at the Billboard just out of curiosity last night. None of Miley's songs are even on the top 50.
No, Mother's Daughter was just I saw that too. Mother's Daughter is like barely on there, and that's like I think a great song.
Yeah, that whole album was good. I don't understand that.
So too.
Yeah. And like not a lot of people listen to it. I don't think. I don't know.
That's a shame.
But I feel like Lil Nas trolls enough on social media where like he has his own following. Like if you troll enough or like do stuff like
for sure
with one song that people like, and regardless, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's kind of how 6ix9ine was, but 6ix9ine was just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like if he can stay out of trouble,
Yep.
No, Lil Nas X is kind of funny though. Some of the shit he tweets is like pretty funny.
I might as well follow him. Shit, he appears on my timeline all the time.
Yeah, I know. Everybody retweets that. Holy crap.
Yeah. Gucci Mane came out with a new album. I listened to it. It was pretty good.
I like Gucci Mane.
Yeah, he's just so hood, dude. And his beats are so good.
Just, I don't even remember the last time I heard
it. He had that album where it had like Back on Road and all that.
Was
Fresh
that like
Out
the
the
Black
Feds.
album, like the Faded?
It was the one where it's like a bunch of colors with like him standing in the middle. It had Drake and Kanye on it.
One with Kanye on it.
Yeah, that was a really good album. Okay. I think it came out our senior year of high school. Yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, that was a really good album though. But I listened to this like kind of quickly through, and there are a few good songs. Like I want to listen to it again. But I mean, Gucci Mane's not something you're just like chilling listening to, like like at a party or something.
Some Gucci artist.
Yeah, he had a song with Wiz and Rick Ross that was really good. Rick Ross is kind of making his like little
Comeback.
once every 2 year resurgence where
Yeah.
he just like appears for 3 months and then like
Yeah,
dies
seriously.
again and then
And everybody's like, dude, he's awesome. And then you don't hear about
Yeah.
him for a couple
Dude,
like,
coma.
months.
dude, yeah, he's been in so many like seizures and comas and then he like is like, I'm
Yeah.
getting ripped, I'm working out.
Has he lost any weight?
Yeah, he's like skinnier than he used to be.
Oh,
For
really?
sure. Yeah. I hope it doesn't affect his voice though, because he's got the coolest voice in rap.
Deep voice,
He
yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It's so unique.
Yeah. Drake came out with those 2 new songs.
Oh, yes.
I didn't really like Omerta, but I
was
thought
okay.
Money in the Grave was really good. Omerta was just kind of like basic to me, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Drake has a
Scorpion.
tendency. Yeah,
Yeah.
he has a tendency to fall into this trap, like where sometimes when he makes a song, because he sounds very monotone in a lot of his songs, so it sounds like he's just reading it off the paper. Like it was.
Yeah.
With Money in the Grave, he's got a lot more energy to it, and so that
Yeah.
one sounds a little bit better. But what is it called? Omerta, I believe.
Yeah.
Is how you say it. But he really just sounded like he was reading it off paper, and there's music in the back. Like he just didn't sound
That's
like
a great
really,
point.
Yeah.
That's what it does sound
And
like.
I like
agree.
Drake, but he does have a tendency to do that a lot.
And like, let's be honest, like, I mean, it's obvious by now that like Drake's best songs like are songs with features on it or songs he's featured
Yeah.
on. Like
Yeah.
his voice just gets very like repetitive and basic after a while. But like
Yeah.
Money in the Grave was really good. Like Rick Ross hopped in at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, and Omerta, I was just like, this sounds like something off Scorpion where it was just kind of basic. Like
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was
Sure.
whatever.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Scorpion was a pretty disappointing album, not gonna lie.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
The Michael Jackson one was really good, I thought.
Great
But,
one,
like
yeah.
it was just like very cool.
Yeah.
And then there were a couple others that just like the beats were good. But there wasn't like it. I don't know. It kind of seemed like a pop album.
You can just tell the difference though from like when he cares. Like his Scorpion's
Yeah,
one of another
for
one of those ones
sure.
where it sounds very monotone, but like
Yeah.
the one that he dropped randomly that was "If You're Reading This, It's Too Late." Like songs like "Energy" and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like you can tell that he cares a little bit.
That
more.
album's
he's
so
just
good.
hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know because I mean, I always liked Drake, and then like the Pusha T, Kanye, Drake stuff happened. And I like started liking Drake less because I'm like, okay,
Really?
kind of sounds like a piece of shit. Yeah, dude, Pusha T bodied him in that beat.
I know he did,
Pusha
but
T destroyed him.
I was totally on Drake's side with that, and I just thought, I don't know. I was like,
Did you think Pusha took it too far?
Well, I gotta be honest with you. Well, yeah, I think a little bit. But I didn't even know who Pusha T was. I didn't even know he featured
Yeah.
on Runway until like that whole Drake and Pusha T.
Have
stuff
you
went
listened to Daytona?
down. No, I have not.
I'll send you
I don't
some
really want to because
Pusha
that's
T. I really got into him. Pusha T is really good, dude. He's like a really good lyricist.
Really liking him.
Yeah. Which he was kind of like Kanye's protege, even though he's like older than Kanye. Like he's been around forever.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
worked with this guy who like explained to me how like Pusha T just does not give like any fucks about anybody's like personal life. Like if he goes after you, he'll go after you on like anything.
Well, that's the thing. When him and Drake were beefing, like, dude, Pusha T is like insane. Like he could probably have Drake killed. Like,
Yeah,
literally,
that's what
like,
I've heard.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, Pusha T, like,
Drake's
literally-
he's too big to do stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
you probably don't want to do that because
And
the only
Drake's,
place
like-
you can go is down.
Drake's Jewish and Canadian, and Pusha T's like from the streets of Virginia and sold crack till he's like 28. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But no, dude, Pusha literally like made his come up like just selling crack in like Virginia. And like the dude is like crazy. Because him and
That's
his
funny.
brother were a rap duo, and then his brother got caught and had to go to prison, and he was the one that like made it out. But yeah, I don't know. That was definitely interesting. An interesting beef. But Pusha, I'm interested to see what happens there because he's like 44 and he just came out with Daytona, which is like his best album. So like, is he in his peak or did he just kind of have, a little like
I'm gonna say he's in his
Renaissance?
because I
Yeah.
didn't even know where. Or
Yeah.
who he was.
I agree. Yeah. I think he needs a, cause Future did a really good job when Future kind of peaked. Future released so much music at that time, like taking advantage of that. I think Pusha kind of needs to do that. Where he's just kind of big right now and should just release, as much as he can.
Has he featured on anything recently?
He was featured in a song a few weeks ago. I forget what it was. It was good. He doesn't do a lot of features though. But I'm sure he'll be on Yandi because him and Kanye are close.
Yeah, if that ever released.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a new Migos song. I thought it was so bad. Have you guys
Yeah, it was
heard
really
it?
bad.
Oh, was it Super
Super Bowl? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
They just need to break
They
up.
released- yeah, they released. Yeah, they do because they
Yeah.
released another song. It was like "Win Some." What was it? It was recent. I forget what it was called, but it was just terrible. And
Yeah.
I was like, these guys are done.
I mean, what Culture came out our freshman year of college, and I remember being like, this album like goes hard, but like they're a gimmick basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
Like everything about them is just kind of like you listen to them because it's funny almost.
Yeah.
And like they almost just like took it too far.
Yeah.
Which on their own, like on features, they're not that bad. Like they could just be rappers.
They
but,
all have great solo.
yeah, yeah.
All of
Yeah.
them, literally all three. of
Especially
them.
Offset. I think Offset's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens there. I mean, there's always like those types of groups always break up, right? Like I feel like one of them is gonna get
they will.
greedy. Yeah. And then Foster the People came out with a new song that I thought was really good. I forget what it's called. And then Two Door Cinema Club came out with a new album that was like really good.
I know like one of their songs and it's really good, but other than
Yeah,
that,
people had always talked about them, and I did not know. What You Know is the song that like I knew from before. That's like their biggest song. But people had always talked about them, and I hadn't really listened to them. And then I saw they came out with a new album, and I mean, I'd recommend it. It was like super, super good. Definitely a good, just like summer album, feel good album. But yeah, I'd definitely recommend that. Anyone have anything else music wise? I think Chris Brown released some new stuff, but I'm not a big Chris Brown guy.
yeah.
Not big into domestic abuse.
Yeah. Other than that,
God.
I think Lil Nas was like the real one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of respect him for like, I mean, I think he put an album together pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he blended music genres, I thought it was great, but like it was just the lyrics that needed work. But a lot of like the beats coming together and like Rodeo, for instance, and then there's one, the Family, like the rockish kind of song that was great. Like,
yeah,
it was cool. But
I can kind of see him. Not that they're anywhere close talent wise, but I could kind of see him doing like the Lil Uzi Vert thing, where like he's so like loved on like media and stuff. You know what I mean? Where it just kind of like people always want more music. Which I think, I mean, obviously Lil Uzi Vert's a lot better, but maybe if they take that same sort of like marketing path where, you know, just like the lovable figure. But yeah, Lil Nas X seems like a good guy so far. Yeah. We'll move on here to TV. Not a lot of news here. Yellowstone season 2 apparently is coming out. And I know nothing about that besides it's with Kevin Costner and it's supposed to be good. Something about Yellowstone Park. But yeah, I've heard good things. My grandpa watches the show and loves it, and I think it's for that age group. Forky is getting his own show on Disney Plus. Yeah, exactly. Get in on that. Sell some more toys.
You know, it's funny. I've recently noticed that like all Disney movies recently have like this like side character that's like horribly disfigured or mutated and weird. Have you noticed that?
Rose in Star Wars.
Oh, no. That was terrible. I was talking about
that was bad.
There's the Instagram clip.
Oh yeah, there's the clip right there. No, they have like so there's Bing Bong and Inside Out. And Wreck-It Ralph 2, they have like this. Have you guys seen Wreck-It Ralph 2?
No.
Well, they have this figure, this character has like super long arms. He's like cross-eyed, super weird. And then in Finding Dory, they had that seal. What was the seal's name? That was like, you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about though?
Yeah, he was like,
That they kept
challenge.
yelling at.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm noticing a trend, and now there's Forky. That they always have like this side character that's like super weird and mutated. It's
Dude,
weird.
that's what, okay, like,
That's
I mean, it, like, I was cracking up at Forky because I'm like, it almost seems like they're like making him seem like he's like disabled or something. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
they kind of
like
did.
the seal in Finding Dory, that's how he is. And then Forky was just so like confused and unaware of everything. Like, I don't know, dude. It was when he's sitting there telling Gabby just like everything about them. I was just like,
Oh,
bro, what are you
yeah.
doing?
yeah. I'm excited to talk about Toy Story 4 later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing about that, I guess, just like, are they gonna sell like Forky toys? Like,
Oh, of course.
but
Yeah,
like,
they
so
do.
is it gonna be like exactly?
That's the cheapest toy ever. They just
Yeah.
make so much money.
Yeah.
Dude, watch them legit
God.
just make it like a fork with the things and like put it in a Hasbro box.
$30.
Yeah. And then real quick too, I just wanted to touch on. Did you guys see the report from like a couple of weeks ago that like the head of DC TV said he like wanted to make less shows like Swamp Thing and make more shows like The Flash and Arrow? And everyone's like,
shows?
what? Like, dude,
It's a shame about the Swamp Thing.
yeah, I haven't watched it, but
Yeah.
I've heard it's like really, really good.
Yeah, I can't believe that happened, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
and
Yeah.
HBO was considering picking it up, so that means it's got to
They
be pretty
should.
good. Yeah.
I mean, if they have Watchmen coming up, they really should.
Yeah, no, I agree. That'd be dude, that would never happen, but watch HBO just like take over like DC
The DC
TV.
shows.
That'd be so
That would be
cool.
great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would have to be something. So,
Skipping out a little bit, Nolan.
Yeah, no.
yeah. But, I don't know. Hello? Hello?
What was that, Nolan?
Great, here we go. I'm not even saying anything.
Look at Ray just standing here. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, dude. Those CW shows are so bad.
Yeah.
Like, you know how much I love DC, and like Flash is one of my favorite characters, and I was like laughing so hard. I got through like 2 episodes of that, and there's a scene where like he's like in an airport testing out his speed.
Powers, yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
just
I got to that
so
point.
yeah, and that's when I stopped watching it because I was like, this is so bad.
It's very
funny.
cringy.
I
It
heard that
is.
towards the end it gets like a lot better. Like towards the end of the first season, and then after that it's supposed to get a lot better. But
Yeah,
to get there,
there was like a big petition when Justice League was coming out to incorporate the CW shows into Justice League. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, come
Yeah.
on. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, not only is the DC movies hopeless, but DC TV doesn't seem like it's in a great place either. So
Yeah.
that's brutal. At least they have the animated movies, I guess.
that's true. They are
Um,
good.
so on the movie slate,
Well, before we go to movies, can I talk about something real quick?
Yeah.
You can kind of talk about DC Universe. So I see like The Office is leaving Netflix
Yeah.
next year, and why I think this is just the worst idea ever, because you have all these companies now that are like, okay, how can we make our own Netflix,
Mhm.
do our own things, and it's literally going to ruin everything.
it is.
It's
And
dangerous.
they're gonna-
You're
everyone's
splitting
gonna-
it all up.
Yeah, and that the whole point of Netflix was that Netflix is eventually it's going to become only its own original content. That's literally what's
Yeah.
going
Everything's
Netflix-
just going to be their own original content.
that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the
Which
problem.
is dangerous, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's literally going to become so. Netflix is what 12 a month or something like that. You're gonna have, if you want to watch The Office, you're gonna have 12 a month with Netflix, and then you're gonna have what NBC, that's like probably 8 something a month, and then if you
Yeah.
want blah blah blah, it's gonna be so expensive. It's like, what's the point of even having?
Well, then it's
But
just
it's
like
gonna
just back to
happen.
cable, basically. Like,
exactly,
it's-
exactly. That's the problem.
It's like a
You're gonna
complicated
have a
cable.
channel. Yeah. And the whole
Yeah.
point of having like a Netflix was that it was saving you money, but
Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw that, I like looked up on Amazon. I'm like, well, it looks like I'm gonna buy the Office box set because
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's gonna shy
might as
away.
well.
Why would you want to? Pay 12
yeah,
months worth of for the Office when you can just literally buy it
I have no
for
idea.
third of the price?
Probably gonna jinx it, but like I have no idea how Hulu still has like Seinfeld and Rick and Morty and all those. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it's only a matter of time until they lose that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was super annoying.
That's gonna be a disaster.
You would think if you're Netflix, you're throwing a lot of money at NBC to try to keep that because that's one of their main shows, and then like that's a competitor that they're going to have to compete against.
Not make money from Netflix? That's my question. It's like, are they not making anything?
They
from
have
Netflix
to be making
show?
so
Yeah.
much. That's what I don't get.
Yeah,
And then
there's
they're going to
no
have to
way.
put so much more money into making their own streaming service.
Yeah.
It's just like the arrogance. Like I think every network's like, oh, we're gonna make the next Game of Thrones, we're gonna make the next Sopranos, and everyone's gonna like get our network. And it's like NBC, like you literally make like shit drama shows. Like
Yeah, well, then
Yeah,
it's
and
going
it's
to
like-
turn into the thing where everybody's greenlighting everything you're pumping out.
yeah,
A bunch of shit.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like who the hell has a CBS All Access account for that shit
Yeah.
Twilight
Yeah,
Zone series
exactly.
that no one liked? And all people are going to do is start free trials every week or month, whatever it takes, just to keep having it for
Yeah.
free. Starting
Yeah.
with
What
free
was it?
trials.
I was watching a preview the other day, and at the end, it was like CBS All Access, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy.
No.
It was to a new TV show, but like, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it. Like, it's just, it's
course
so
not.
fucking stupid.
Not worth
No,
it,
you won't
yeah.
want to see any new TV show that bad that you have.
Yeah.
Thing.
You have to have content that's actually worth it. Like that's why I think the Disney Plus is just going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
Disney owns literally everything.
Everything.
They're going to have everything like on
Everything.
there. That's going to be worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. In like 2 years, I think I'll just have like Disney Plus and HBO and then just buy anything else on like TV that I want. Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, HBO has so many good shows and like they have all like Curb I watch almost as much as The Office and stuff like that. And then like Disney Plus can be amazing. So, but yeah, it is super annoying, dude, because I mean, it's really going to like rack up the bills. Like,
Yeah.
and then
ruin
it's going to be
everything.
so complicated. Like you're going to have so many different apps to watch. I don't know. It's all streaming. Yeah, it's definitely like super dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't make its way into movies. Where like,
yeah.
you know,
That's next,
yeah. So it already has a little bit, but hasn't been too successful. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we can move on to movies. So first, I haven't seen it yet, but do you guys want to talk about Men in Black International?
Not really.
Where do I start? It was literally terrible. And I say this with all sincerity. It was so bad.
Really?
It wasn't funny. It wasn't cool. And honestly, I'm not even trying to make a joke out of this right now. I really don't remember a whole lot about it because I just thought it was so boring. I honestly, and I don't fall asleep in movies, but I could feel myself like nodding my head, trying to keep myself awake because it was just so bad. I don't understand how you get someone like it just goes to show. So you have like Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth and
I love both of them.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're both awesome. They're both very funny. We've seen that in Thor Ragnarok. They're both great with each other. And this just goes to show when they're in bad hands that it's just they're not funny. It just goes to show that the writers are important, and they had some pretty bad writers with Men in Black International.
Was it Liam Neeson in it?
Yes, and there was.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's almost comically hilarious because there's a scene later on in the film where you start to realize revelations start to happen, and his performance is like so on the nose to what's going on. I can't really say without spoiling. I don't know if anybody really cares about spoilers.
Nobody
Just spoil it.
Okay, yes.
It's been a couple
Turns out
weeks.
Liam Neeson is the bad guy.
Oh
And then
boy.
when he comes to save like Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, he starts to act like overly friendly, and I was like, he's gonna be the bad guy because this is like he's got this weird. I think the direction was just really bad too.
Yeah.
And that's surprising because F. Gary Gray is actually pretty good.
That's what. Yeah, he's a good director, so it must have just been the writing.
Sony. It's just Sony and
Yeah.
whatever. They're just the worst. Did you
They're
see
fucking Photoshop pictures.
Yes,
Hell.
that was so
That
funny.
was so bad. Oh
Dude,
my
How
God.
the
the hell did that
responses to
happen?
that one I sent you guys, everyone was like, this can't be real. They like didn't even crop Spider-Man into it right. Like I don't
Yeah.
even
Did you see the one that was right under the guy's like, I did this in 30 seconds, but whatever.
yes, and
Yeah.
it looked
That looks
so much better. I would
Graphic design is my passion.
I don't know if it's like they know the joke like at this point. I don't know, dude. It's
No,
They
weird.
probably don't care.
So
Yeah.
like Men in Black 2 isn't a good movie, but I think it's like watchable and fun. Like
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
this
so,
much
too.
worse
Yeah,
than Men in Black 2.
yeah.
Oh no, I think Men in Black 2 is so much better.
Yeah.
Much
Because
better.
I mean the first two were like some of my favorite movies when I was a kid, and then like the third one I thought was like okay, like it was pretty good. I thought it was better than people thought it was.
The first one's excellent.
Yeah, the first one's really good. It's probably like one of Will Smith's best movies.
I think
It's
so
not
too.
his
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
and like Independence Day.
God,
But
what Independence Day?
Bill Pullman's
Fuck that.
speech.
You don't like
You not like
Independence Day?
Independence Day?
Jeez.
No,
I didn't know you
don't.
hated America. Matt.
Really? Wow. All right.
You hate
Yeah,
Rocky
right, you
4?
got me. What'd you say?
You hate
Probably.
Rocky 4, bro?
I was cheering for the aliens.
Jesus.
All right. Speaking of bad movies, so yeah, I saw Late Night.
Okay.
And so I see on Rotten Tomatoes like 79%. I'm like, awesome. Like I checked IMDb, like solid reviews, like for a comedy.
I want to see it.
I cannot remember a more boring theater experience. Like I did not laugh
Go
one
see Men in
time.
Black.
But like it's like strictly like supposed to be a comedy, and I did not laugh at all. Like
Yeah.
it's so I don't know, and like it almost seems like tone deaf. Where like so the whole movie, like there's underlying themes about like being accepting and like women and like minorities in the workplace and everything. But like my girlfriend and I were talking about it, it like completely goes against that because like it sets up Mindy Kaling to be the main character, and then by the end Emma Thompson's character is like the main character, and it like completely brushes Mindy Kaling aside and like doesn't even make sense. And then like I said, like at the end, so like everything's resolved and like her husband forgives her. Spoiler, she cheats on her husband who has Parkinson's. Fucking how does that happen in a comedy? And her husband's John Lithgow, and he's like a super nice guy in it.
That's fun.
And then like at the end, she's like suddenly like she's this horrible person who hates women and like hates minorities. And like that was another awful part of the movie is the writer's room was like they wanted it so hard to like represent like a bro squad, and it was like these 6 dudes, and like the whole movie they're like supposed to be like the comic relief, and like the shit they did and said was so like cringeworthy. Like there was a scene that was supposed to be like really serious where Mindy Kaling's talking to one of the other guys because like she was talking to one of the writers, and then he like started hooking up with another girl, and then he was like, you just have to ignore him. He's like, back in college, we went to a concert in Chicago, and he left with a girl. I didn't see him for 6 months. And like, it was supposed to be really serious, but it was like so cheesy. I don't know, dude. I just like in a comedy, like I get slow moving movies. Like I like some of my favorite movies are like slow moving movies. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Judge with Robert Downey Jr. Like, I think that's a really slow movie.
I
But
love
really
The
like
Judge.
that movie. Yeah.
I like The Judge a lot.
Yeah, no, I think that's a super underrated movie. But it didn't seem like there was a point. And like I like Mindy Kaling, and I love Emma Thompson.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Kaling
like
is a great writer. She writes some of the best.
she
plots
is.
ever.
She helped write The Office, and
She writes
like
some of the best ones.
and the Mindy Kaling show or whatever was supposed to be really good. But like it's such good content to be working with, like the late night thing. Like the Larry Sanders Show on HBO is like supposed to be one of the greatest shows ever about like late night TV. And I don't know. I wanted to leave, but like I've never left a movie except for Grown Ups 2. I left Grown Ups 2. It was awful. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll stay till the end because there's payoff. And the end was just so like cringe. Like because she completely changes, like her character completely changes out of nowhere. Then it's like 1 year later, and it's like a camera going around her office, and every single person's like a lesbian or like a minority or like trans, and like he's like high-fiving all of them and all this, and it's just like and it like completely undermines Mindy Kaling's character, like as the main character. And I don't know, I want you guys to see it because there's so many storylines that they like could have gone into. I don't know, it was weird. It feels like it should have been like a season of a TV show, like of a sitcom almost. But
Yeah.
Well, I
I
want
don't
to see
know.
it. Still.
Yeah, I
We
didn't
gotta see
like it, so I want to see The Dead Don't Die now.
Yeah, I could talk about
The
that
reviews weren't great on it, so
I could talk about that for a little bit.
yeah, if you want to.
It's as dry as a movie could get.
Mhm.
It's very
Would you
funny.
expect that with Bill Murray?
The
Yeah,
trailer looked like
exactly.
it would be super
It's-
super dry.
It's very funny. It's still very funny film. It's very slow, very dry, but I'd honestly say it's very consistently funny too. But from what I can remember, it's like there's some parts that are like super on the nose that I didn't think were that like. When you do on the nose, you have to be kind of clever about it.
Mhm.
Because then, if you're not, then you're literally just on the nose, and you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the delivery of the message was the problem for me because it's very in the background is like this super political message going on, and that's fine. You can do that. You know, it's kind of odd for a comedy to do that every once in a while, but if you can do that, you know, you got to be clever about it as you are a comedy. But I didn't think it was super clever about it. It was funny, but I wouldn't recommend seeing it in theaters. It's much more like a practical
Yeah.
watch on like a
Makes sense.
Sunday afternoon. Yeah. It's fine.
What about I know you tweeted about it, but what about Child's Play? Did both you guys see that?
Oh,
I didn't see
I
it.
got a lot.
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, so the original Child's Play, I actually like love that film. I think it's actually an excellent movie.
Yeah, I like it too.
Very well paced.
Mhm.
The Chucky doll, all that is great. And apparently, I didn't even know this. That apparently, based on the trailers of the original film, like the doll actually being alive was not known. Like it was just kind of hinted at that the kid was actually doing all the stuff.
It was like demonic.
Yes, and that the
Yeah.
scene
Yeah.
actually when Chucky comes alive was actually like a surprise for the theater, which is
Mm.
awesome. That's like
Yeah.
that's, awesome.
Cool.
That's a great
Yeah.
scene.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
the original, so it's kind of cool.
Okay, you got to watch the original because I think it's
Yeah,
an
the
it's
original-
an excellent film.
I watched it a lot as a kid. I thought it
Yeah,
was
I
like
think it's great.
That's funny.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
And it's I would say that the first original Child's Plays actually kind of takes its concept a little seriously, not too seriously to the point where it's like it gets laughable because it doesn't understand how silly it is. It knows it, but it's a fun film.
Yeah.
But then like later on in the series, it gets kind of goofy.
Yeah.
I would say that this one takes the goofy kind of approach that the series takes on later, but it does so in a way that's different enough from the original that it honestly felt like they actually tried, and I really appreciated that.
Mhm.
The first 30 minutes or so are like genuinely awesome, and I was
Really?
really enjoying myself. Yeah, it's kind of slogs every once in a while, but I thought it was actually a great film, and honestly, I honestly look forward to seeing it again. I thought it was cool. It's
I
not
kinda-
scary at all, but it's just a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I kind of want to see it.
I would
Just 'cause-
highly recommend it. Yeah.
Now that you say that, just because I mean, it's one of those like it's about a toy coming to life and killing people.
Exactly,
So, like
yeah.
you have to make it silly, almost like fun. You know what I mean? It can't be
Yeah.
like jump scares and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it. Especially with Mark Hamill, I think that's cool.
He was good. He was very good, and I think he was the perfect choice for the voice because Brad Dourif is you can't beat him at that.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
great. But Mark Hamill was a great follow up.
Mhm.
I can't think of anybody else who I'd want to do it like besides him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
So on to
great.
the big topic, Toy Story 4.
All right, I got a lot to say here.
Yeah, I saw you guys said you didn't see a need for it.
No,
Right?
I still don't. I've seen it twice now, and I still.
Yeah.
My problem is this. there's a short called, I forget what it's called. It's like it's a Toy Story short. It's like Land or something, Time Lost. Or, I forget what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
It honestly felt like one of those, but kind of just stretched out a little bit. I think, and I hope, if this is really the last one,
Mm-hmm.
I really don't understand why they chose this to be the ending of it all rather than what they had with Toy Story 3, other than a cash grab. Because it's a
But-
good time. Don't get me wrong. It's very fun.
Yeah.
Animation is beautiful. I mean, let's face it. All these Pixar films, that's what they all are. They're all beautiful looking movies. So it's
Yeah.
like they just get progressively better. You can't really like.
I think
Drive the film.
Toy Story 3 is a great ending. I think this one is also a great ending just because, like, the Buzz and Woody, like, separating, like, Woody
But
kind of
that was
going
so
off and doing
easy.
his own thing. But don't you think that's kind of Woody, like, completing his arc? Because at the beginning of Toy
Okay.
Story 1, he's so
Yeah,
like,
I would
dedicated
like
to
to talk about
Andy,
that too.
you know? And then, like, at the end of Toy Story 4, he's finally, you know, kind of just going off on his own and letting other people find what he had. You know?
My main takeaway from Toy Story 4 was how well they did Woody's character.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was like the best thing of the
Him
whole
and Bo
movie. It's how
Peep were
great-
really cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the thing baffling about Bo Peep was Bo Peep really never had a character in any of the previous films. Like she was in a
At
very,
all.
Not,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. And then all of a sudden she's like this major character in this film.
Yeah.
Not that that's a problem. It was just kind of like I was like, whoa, okay. This
Her
kind of-
I
she's here
went and
now.
watched 1 and 2 again after 4, and her animation, like, it is a lot different. Yeah, like,
Yeah,
it
it
doesn't
looks-
look
it
like they
looks
put that
way
much
better,
detail
yeah.
into it. Which obviously it's like that with everyone, but, like, you know, Buzz and Woody, like, look, you know, the same, but, like, Bo Peep's appearance is actually, like, different.
yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I liked Gabby as the villain. Like, I hated her in it, but I was like, she's
Really?
a good villain. Yeah, dude. The two little, like, her
Oh, those
henchmen scared the
ventriloquist
shit
devils,
out
they
of
were
me.
cool.
Yeah.
They were. She was okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't really care for the voice box plot line. It just kind of felt
Yeah.
like a thing that just was going on. Like, honestly, that's what it felt like. They felt like they added, like, things onto what could have been, like, a great little short. I don't
Mhm.
know. That's just my opinion, though.
I've seen a lot of reviews calling this the best Toy Story movie, and I think that's,
No.
like, insane.
No.
I don't think that's it.
It's not even
um,
close.
Yeah, I don't know. I think so. Here's my thing. I think it's a good ending as long as they don't make any more. Like,
Well,
if they
that's
make
what you
more,
would
it's
hope.
just gonna
Yeah,
be
but I
pointless.
feel like they will.
Because, like, if they make more, they're either gonna follow, like, Buzz in the group or Woody, or there's gonna be some bullshit where Woody
Just
like
stick-
finds them and they, like, get back
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
If they just
Stick to
leave
the
it at
stories.
this, those 4 movies are all very good together, I think, and, like, just, like, leave it at that, you know? And I agree. Was it one of you two, or was it the other kid in your video who said it was like an epilogue?
Troy, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a
talked
good
about
way
that.
of putting it.
Yeah.
It did kind of seem like an epilogue, which I think is cool. I would like to watch 3 and 4 back to back when 4 comes out on Blu-ray, just kind of see how they flow well. Because 1 and 2 flow really well together.
So
Yeah,
we had
they
watched,
really
we
did.
watched all 3 of them in a row
Mhm.
before seeing Toy Story 4. Troy
Yeah.
and I think that was maybe my problem. Was like, okay, all these 3 movies are just awesome, perfect,
Mhm.
perfect like trilogy.
Yeah.
Neat bow, perfect to it all. Yeah, no pun intended. Neat bow on like this perfect trilogy, and then you get
Mhm.
like the 4th one. You get an extension of something that you like. Okay,
Mhm.
we're getting more, but do we need more?
Yeah.
I mean, you ended it so perfectly, and I think that was my main concern going into it.
Mhm.
Was like, give me a reason why this should exist, and I never got one. I just didn't.
Yeah. I mean, I saw developments in Woody.
Yeah,
and
that
Bo
was
Peep.
great. Don't get me
Buzz
wrong.
wasn't in it really at all. But I
I
mean,
wish
there
they
were
were on screen more together.
there
Yeah.
were times though. Pixar's so good at like hitting all audiences, like, you know, kids, adults, like, because there were times where I was cracking up, like at Forky.
It's maybe the
Yeah,
funniest.
it's
one.
really fun.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
fun.
This and the first one, I think, are
Maybe the
funniest.
most like laugh out loud
Yeah.
scenes. The scene where her dad's like getting pulled over by the cops, like that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope they leave it at this, which I don't think they're going to, but I
Of course
hope
not.
they do. Yeah, they're gonna have like Woody's adventure and then like Buzz and the gang. Like they're
I
gonna
could
have
see
so
origin
many.
story.
spin-offs, like,
Yeah.
happening. Yeah, there could be a lot of spin-offs.
Toy Story Origins, Woody.
hope.
Oh
At least
my
he didn't
god.
die. That's a good thing. He didn't die.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I was watching it. I don't know how they could have made it more emotional. Because I was watching it, I'm like,
I
I
didn't
should be
cry.
more emotional right now.
Yes. I
But
know. I
yeah,
think it's because I predicted it. I was like, what's the
Yeah.
easiest thing they could do that would like make someone cry? I was like, they're definitely going to separate Woody and Buzz. That was like my thing. And they
Yeah.
did it. And I was like, well, since I kind of predicted it, it was like, this isn't really as sad as I
Yeah.
wanted.
as soon as like he met Bo Peep in the playground and like she was talking about how like great it was like being like a free toy, I like texted Madeline and I was like,
Staying with
Woody's definitely going with her at the end of the
Yeah,
movie.
exactly.
Like that was a little predictable in that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Some of the action scenes were kind of cool. Keanu Reeves,
was very well
really
done.
smooth.
yeah. Duke Kaboom was super
He was
funny.
hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, Gabby seemed a little repetitive villain wise. From like Lotso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I don't know. Which one's your guys' favorite? Because I was rewatching all of them. And
Villain?
I like
Or just movie.
your favorite like Toy Story. My favorite
Who's
like
the one from
kid
2?
was Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
And I recently watched that and I'm like, it's because everyone says Toy Story 2 is the worst.
No,
And I
it's the
watched
best.
it and
I feel
it's
like
still my
everyone says
favorite.
it's best.
Yeah.
It has the
said that
lowest
was the-
like rating on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. But I think it's the best. The action's really good in it. The storyline's cool. Like Woody actually has like tough decisions in it. I liked it even more like recently watching it.
I
the
like
first one's
two,
like-
but yeah, one's my favorite. I love
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
One is very funny. One is
Yeah.
a great, like, straightforward
One makes
Yeah.
me cry. I don't know why.
Really?
When they're falling off of the firework and he says like the whole music and swells and everything.
Yeah.
He says you're falling with like I love that. It's so full circle. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think 1 is honestly the best, like, objectively.
Mhm.
But I think 2 is my favorite because I think 2 is like a perfect kind of sequel. Like it takes
Yeah.
it just gets bigger, but it still keeps that like heart that the first one had.
So that's what I was cracking up at because 2 has so many little references and jokes to The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But it is like The Empire Strikes Back where it like takes the first one and builds upon it and adds
Yeah.
to the world. And it like actually does that while like joking that it's doing that. So I
Yeah.
love that. And the toy store scene is like one of my favorite scenes. And like
Yeah.
when they're like
it's
running through the
great.
toy store. Yeah. But I mean, I think they're all super good. I just really hope they leave it at this
I hope.
and maybe
Yeah, we'll
just make
see.
a Disney Plus show if they want to. But yeah,
We'll
I don't
see.
know. So next is the like film Twitter freak out of last week when the clip was released from Marvel of Aunt May calling the spider senses Peter Tingle.
It was in a
And-
clip?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like a little
Oh.
clip, like a 30-second.
And the
I thought it
clip,
was just an article.
well, everyone saw it in an article, freaked out. But if you watch the clip, it's like, Nolan, you saw the clip?
I've seen it, yeah.
The clip makes it so obvious that it's just like a little joke.
It's a joke.
Like, yeah,
Like
it's-
it's supposed to be a joke.
literally a joke.
I don't know.
Yeah. He's like,
That blew up for no reason.
because she like throws something at him and Peter like it hits him in the head and he turns around and she's like, what, you can't sense that with your Peter tingle? And he's like, May, please stop saying that.
Doesn't
like-
she even like stutter a little about it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And like people were like freaking out about that.
Well,
Like
I
like
mean,
she
come
just
on.
made it up.
Are these people stupid? It's Marvel Studios. They're not dumb. Okay?
Yeah.
They're not gonna do stupid shit like that. It's literally like it's comicbook.com or whatever that stupid website is. That
Yeah.
Oh,
reports
they're the
dumb
ones
shit.
that did the
They pump out
Robert
articles.
Pattinson, star of the Batman, drops out of movie, and
Yeah, they're
he's like
just
he
the-
dropped out of a different movie. Everyone was
Exactly.
roasting them for that. Yeah,
Essentially they're the worst, and then they
They are.
report the shit, and then they get people upset over nothing. It's all
Mhm.
Yeah.
clickbait, and it's so
Yeah.
annoying. It's like,
It
come on,
is.
they're not gonna call it Peter Tingles. It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
really gonna be a joke. It's Marvel.
yeah.
It wasn't
Max,
that
I'll send you the clip because it's so offhanded.
watch
Like
it
it's
then.
probably not even in the movie. Like it was
Oh,
literally just a little.
it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't. Honestly,
Yeah.
I just got way out of proportion.
Yeah. So I'll save this next one for the end. But next, so Daisy Ridley is being rumored to be looked at as Batwoman,
Oh shit, Max!
which would be so awesome.
I'd like to
yes,
see
that
her
would
in
be-
all leather. When
that would be
Max said.
perfect.
I just hope she's Batwoman in Robert Pattinson's universe and not in like the Harley Quinn Birds of
Oh,
Prey
fuck.
universe.
I hope
'Cause
not.
that would suck.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
I want
Yeah.
I want this to take off. I want it
Yeah,
so
I want her to
bad.
make like another good, film series.
You know how amazing this would be? I think it would be amazing.
I think it would be so cool. She really
It would work.
she fits the character so well. I don't know why
That's what I
people
was
haven't like
thinking,
fan
too. It would
cast
really
that
work.
before. Yeah.
Don't get me
She's the
wrong,
right
I love-
age.
Yeah.
Dude, if we got Bryan Cranston as Commissioner Gordon with Daisy
Oh.
Ridley as his daughter, Barbara Gordon, that would be
Wow.
so cool.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love me some Daisy Ridley. Trust me.
Yeah.
I do. But
I
I
think-
think it's just perfect casting. I
Yeah.
think she is like she would fit that role really well.
And the tone,
yeah.
like whatever tone they're gonna have with it, I think she can do really any. You know what I mean?
Just pretty
Yeah.
adaptable.
Yeah.
So really whatever you need to do.
Did you guys see the rumor that like Andy Serkis is in final talks to join the Batman movie? It was
As
reported
Penguin?
today.
I did not.
They haven't said, but they said opposite Robert Pattinson, so it has to be.
It'd be
Penguin.
Penguin. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
That would be so
Mhm.
cool. I'm just
Does that
worried
mean
one
he's
of
gonna
those
be
things
kinda
is like too
CGI?
spot on. I don't know. I hope not.
I hope not either. I don't want that.
Yeah, apparently he loves working with Matt Reeves. So
Well, yeah, with the Planet of the Apes film.
Yeah.
I would imagine, because that all is a huge hit. So
I hope they
Those
don't
are
do
great.
CGI. I want to see Andy Serkis get away from that because I think he's a really good actor.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
should watch Black Panther and Age of Ultron where he's the Claw.
Yeah, yeah,
he definitely doesn't get enough credit.
he
He's
doesn't.
great. Yeah.
Endgame is re-releasing. There's so many people on Twitter like losing their minds over it. Avatar did
Yeah.
the same thing like 4 different fucking times.
Yeah.
Like it's common for a movie this big to re-release. Like
Well, I'm surprised the re-release isn't as big as they were kind of hyping it up to be because I don't think the
Mhm.
re-release is happening anywhere near our theaters, which is disappointing. I mean,
yeah,
I'll go
Yeah.
see it 3 times, but it won't be the same.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope like the crazy people on Twitter didn't like have Disney be like, "Oh, we don't want bad PR," because like I don't know. I would have liked to see them re-release it in like a month or so when it's like completely out of theaters, because then they really would have made big money.
I know they should have waited a couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know why people are like freaking out about it. People are like, Avatar won fair and square. Like
No, they didn't.
getting so
take it
mad.
easy,
Like,
take it
dude, do
easy.
you remember Avatar was in theaters for like damn near like a fucking year? Like I remember
Yeah.
Avatar was in theaters for so long.
Well, Avatar had the advantage of like IMAX finally becoming like this. big
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
So I honestly think Endgame is like the winner right now. To be even
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The thing about Avatar is too, like back when that came out, for a movie to look like that, it was just
Mhm.
like it was amazing, and like to have
Exactly.
everybody wanted to see it in 3D. Everybody wanted you wanted to go because it looked amazing. But
Yeah.
now, if your movie, I talked about this with somebody today. I was like, if your movie doesn't look like that now, that's a problem.
Mhm.
Like it's supposed to look like that.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
So I don't think that film is aging as well as I think Endgame will. And
Yeah.
I think that it's fortunate that it could possibly still be number one. I hope it's
Yeah.
not, but you never know.
Yeah.
Well, with Endgame having like all this superhero fatigue or whatever they want to call it, which is absolute bullshit because superheroes are the reasons why theaters still exist. For Endgame to be doing as well as it is compared to Avatar is honestly
It's
an
incredible.
achievement on
It's
its own.
incredible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People say there's fatigue for everything. People were saying there was Toy Story fatigue, and Toy Story 4 made the most money opening weekend of any Toy Story movie.
Yeah.
I
So, like,
understand
it's
that
it's
argument that it was a disappointment at the box
Yeah.
office. Like
it
what?
literally like won the box office. So,
Yeah.
the other thing too, I didn't know this, but so when Avatar first came out, that's when like IMAX was first coming out, and I forgot, but IMAX tickets were like $20 to $25 then.
Oh,
So
God.
like,
That's interesting.
you got to think like every ticket was like 2 tickets now. So,
Yeah.
and obviously, you know, a lot of people saw it in IMAX. So, Avatar also is one of those movies you can see in any language. Like if you look at domestic, like I don't think
I
it's
was gonna
in my
bring that
top
up,
4
too.
domestically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's killed overseas. But
Yeah.
domestically it didn't do
I
as
think
well.
it
Endgame,
did really well domestically too.
I know domestically, I think
No,
the
no.
top
I
3 are,
think Endgame has more.
yeah, I think it's Force Awakens, Endgame, and then Infinity.
Endgame has more domestically.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Because I
that's
think
what I'm
Avatar has like what 798 million.
Force Awakens
Yeah.
still has the most
Oh
domestic.
my
I'm
God!
pretty
Yeah, it's
sure.
almost $1
Yeah,
billion.
that's insane.
domestic. That will never be touched. I don't.
Yeah, which is insane, dude. It's
I
insane
couldn't
that they
believe
didn't.
Endgame wouldn't have touched that domestically. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Okay,
Yeah.
Avatar's third. Star
How
Wars
much?
has 936. Avatar or Endgame has 835, and then Avatar has 760.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just like that's just insane.
Black Panther's at 4th. Wow.
I can't believe that. Well,
That's crazy.
maybe I can.
I can believe. Yeah. We won't get into that.
Yeah, I don't want. Yeah,
It's a hype movie.
um,
Let's leave that there.
Nolan, the Matrix is talking about a reboot with Michael B. Jordan.
Talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
That's one. And Max, have you seen it yet, or you still haven't?
It was funny. I was talking to my professor today, who my advanced video production professor, and he told me to watch The Matrix. He told me this today.
Yeah.
I said I had never seen a Matrix film. He said watch The Matrix ASAP, and I said okay, I'll get on it. And from what I've heard, this is apparently like a Morpheus prequel, maybe.
Okay, that could be cool.
What I heard was reboot, and
Yeah.
that pissed me off because that's one of those ones you don't touch.
He's so
Like,
stupid.
that's one of
After
those movies
what,
you
18
don't-
years? Like it
you
came out in
don't need to
2000,
touch it.
2001.
You don't need to touch it. And it's already a trilogy, first of all.
Yeah.
And second, which the other two are not good. I still love them, but I know they're not good. But the first one was so great. Like that's one of those, like, it's a bad comparison, but it's like if you tried to reboot like a Back to the Future or something. Like it's one of those movies. you just don't
If
touch.
Back to
Like,
the Future was made more recent, like it still seems so recent that it was made. And it's the same directors and writers making it. Like it's obviously a cash grab.
Yeah, I don't know why they would do that. That would really piss
If it was
me
a
off.
sequel, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, the way
wouldn't hate
it
it as
ends
much.
though is very definitive.
Okay, okay. I don't know anything. Keep in mind, I don't know anything.
Mhm.
You cannot. There's no. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
there's no
over.
possible way to make a sequel
Because the whole
after the
thing with
events
like
of
the
film.
prophecy and all of that, like
Yeah.
that's a wrap. Like you can't add on to that. If they add on to it, it would be embarrassing.
Max, it's like very like spiritual and basically like everything's like fulfilled at the end.
It's
like,
very biblical.
If they added on to it, it would literally just shit on like their first 3 movies.
It's like if you had the Old Testament and the New Testament, and then somebody tried to write a new book. That's what it would be.
Yeah.
Like it just wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
But the first one's so good. I love.
You don't
the
mess
first
with the
one.
Bible.
Touch it. Leave it alone.
you don't mess
with the
Bible.
Old Testament. That's the Old
Best
Testament.
book ever written.
You hear that, apostles? Acts of the apostles.
We don't
did
need a
a good
prequel to
job.
the Old Testament. Come on.
Nice try, guys.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Good job.
The OGs.
The original
and then
Avengers.
last, I just want to, because our next episode, I was thinking will probably be like a Far From Home immediate reaction. Unless we do a news thing in between them. But the first Far From Home showings are on the 2nd, right?
Well, there's
I
know some people that are seeing it tonight.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
I could have seen it tonight, but I didn't know if I was going to get off work. but honestly, my main concern was I'd rather see it in IMAX first than
Yeah.
regular screening. That's
And
like
Yeah,
seeing it
my
with that
you're not a
crowd- seeing it
bum.
with that crowd
Yeah.
would be
I'm
more
no
fun.
bum seeing it for free with the homeless people. Screw that.
Yeah.
So I wanted all of us to like make, because apparently there is a huge surprise that no one sees coming.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to make their predictions for what they think the surprise is going to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently there's a surprise at the end, and then each post-credit scene, both of them have surprises.
Okay.
It's a post-credit scene or it's in the movie?
So I guess one of the surprises in the movie, and then there's 2 post-credit scenes, and both post-credit scenes are very like important and vital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can I go first?
Interesting.
Yeah, you go first.
Shit, he's got it.
Okay. Okay, so in the movie, I think in the movie it'll be related to Into the Spider-Verse. I think that's going to be the big surprise because it's in the same
yeah.
kind of universe. Okay, the first post-credit scene. we see someone watching the end credit scene of Venom with Tom Hardy meeting Carnage, and then you see it like pulls out, and you see someone in a recliner, and they turn it off, and it's Kevin Feige. He turns to his camera and says, "Not in my universe."
He just punches his TV.
Throws out the window.
He's like, no. I don't know what the second post-credit scene would be. Just a blank screen. After that, I mean,
Yeah.
but those are my predictions.
Yeah.
So I think along your lines, Max, bear with me, but I think there is, and I don't think if they do this fully, but I think in the post credits there is either going to be like an Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland like
that would be-
conversation,
And that'd
because
be
there
insane.
have been so many little comments lately from Tom Holland. Oh, I'd love to do a Spider-Verse movie. And then like Andrew Garfield said he'd love to do one with the 3 of them. How crazy would that be if they get the 3 of them back just for like a small scene?
I'd cry.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
And then I also think, what was I don't fucking know what I was thinking. I had another, I could see them adding in like a Deadpool cameo because people love Deadpool and Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're a huge duo in the Marvel comics.
Yeah,
I thought
that'd be
about that
interesting
too.
to do though.
Yeah, I could see them in like a post-credit scene, maybe just having like a little Deadpool joke and like Tom Holland being like confused or something.
You know what? I think could be a big surprise.
What?
If they actually talk about Uncle Ben in this time, and it's Tobey Maguire.
Did you see there was like a little movement today on Twitter that was tweeting pictures of Marissa Tomei and Joe Pesci and My Cousin Vinny, and there was like a movement trying to get Joe Pesci as Uncle Ben in the MCU.
That would be awesome.
It'd be so funny.
I'm
so
honestly
weird.
excited to see it. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
to see
I cannot wait.
Yeah, so
I think
what do
you
you
guys
think,
are-
Nolan?
I think that the whole other dimensional whatever stuff
Yeah.
will all turn out to be like a real thing. I don't. They have to tease something. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way that people wouldn't blow it up if they didn't tease something. And I don't know if they're teasing Deadpool. I don't know if
Mhm.
now that they've talked about because apparently talks with the Fantastic Four and all
Yeah.
of the X-Men stuff is
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
They might.
There's
not
no
show
way
it.
that they can be that down the
I
line.
mean, unless you tease them like being an Avengers from another whatever, you don't
Yeah.
explicitly have to say it, but maybe you tease those groups. There will be some kind of tease to some other hero.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know who, but I know that I think there
I-
will be.
Well,
I think the go ahead,
villain.
Matt.
I think they'll reveal a villain rather than a hero. And honestly,
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. I think realistically, like all jokes aside, I think they would reveal who Norman Oscorp is going to be.
That's what
Mhm.
I think.
Okay.
I think it's definitely almost going to be confirmed in this movie that like Avengers Tower was bought by Oscorp.
That,
Yeah.
I think
They-
that,
they've got so many
cool.
hints.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good connection. I think the big question is like, is the big surprise a tease for what's to come, or is it just kind of a fun little cameo? Because like, if it's just a fun cameo, like I was thinking, like, wouldn't that be cool if like one of the post credits scene is like they see the Avengers from a different universe, and it's like John Krasinski and Tom Cruise and like all the guys who were almost casted like as the Avengers, like
that'd be fun.
Tom
It
Cruise
is
is Iron
interesting.
Man,
It's
and like
you don't know if it will be a joke or if it will be.
Yeah.
something serious.
See, that's what I think. Because like I could see like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, like all that. That would probably be a joke, like just a little like
I could
fun
see them
thing.
making it a joke, but I could also
Yeah.
see them making it super
Yeah.
serious.
So I'm interested to see, or they could have one post-credit scene that like builds on the MCU and one. But I did read one spoiler-free review just because I wanted to see, and it said this is definitely. It was definitely good that this phase ended with Far From Home.
Perfect.
So yeah, so I mean, whatever that.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
You said there's two. There's two post.
Yeah, it said there were two.
I'm sure that one will be directly related to the movie, and another one will be just out of left field.
Yeah, like carrying everything on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That could be crazy.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm like off the charts excited.
Dude,
like,
if they have like,
I wasn't this jacked about a month ago, but I'm really excited.
if they really
Honestly,
like
I'm upset because I feel like I'm gonna be upset.
If they casted and filmed people for like a Fantastic Four cameo or an X-Men cameo, like Kevin Feige has like killed people because like the fact that that didn't like is so crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited for it. This
Kevin
is the most excited
Feige has definitely killed somebody.
there's some intern like, hey Kevin, was that John Krasinski on set as Mr. Fantastic?
That's like the Darth Vader
locks
show.
his door.
Yeah.
Was that
Hey,
Keanu
Matt
Reeves
Lauers.
as Mr.
Yeah.
Fantastic?
Matt Lauers presses the button under his desk. Oh my god. They're like, oh, there's another intern screaming from Kevin's.
Another intern gone.
But yeah, anything else?
I'm just excited for Far From Home. That's just I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm just
Another MCU movie. Stranger Things season 3 and Spider-Man Far From Home in the same week. Are you kidding me?
There is not shit coming out this week. There is that movie
Ophelia
that I wanted to see. Ophelia, yeah. Yesterday has been getting horrible reviews.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah, I know. It's Danny Boyle directed it.
He's great.
And it's like about the Beatles.
Yeah.
There's that new horror movie that's supposed to be really good, Midsummer or whatever.
Oh, I can't.
That's supposed to be really good. So yeah, we'll do some reviews over those and Spider-Man in the coming week or so. But yeah,
That's good.
for that, all right.